much, right? But one of the things I would like to do as the borough president is that, the borough president can set up offices and stuff like that throughout the borough. So why not make sure that we have an office where you brothers are running it, and that you work for the borough president, and that you're there, you have a voice. See, having a not-for-profit organization is like having a candy store. You get a few funding, but you got a voice, but it's a not-for-profit. You can lose your status if you say the wrong thing, right? And even if you're working for a politician, and they put pressure on the politician, right? The politician will have you, based upon what you say, the politician will say, listen, you're making me look bad, and a lot of pressure is coming on me, and I may have to ask you to resign. Or if you got a not-for-profit, people will start organizing against you to force a politician to withdraw funding from you. But if you're not a politician, and as she said, and you're not beholden to the Democratic Party because the people voted you in, it really doesn't matter too much about what people say. You still got your job. You're still going to get funding as long as I'm the borough president. Now, and that's going to be another story. People are just going to have to take it, and sleep with it, because I'm not going to hurt my friends. But once you're in position, and you're on the community boards, and you're on the community education council, and you're on the neighborhood advisory councils, and you're part of the land use community, because the more influence and the more power that you have, you kind of can do more and influence more. So it's nice to have, a not-for-profit and a recreation center where you get funding. But if you're talking about reaching back home, we need people in powerful positions that can ensure that your voice is heard and that nobody ever tries to silence you through politics. So I think that based upon the things that I've seen that you're already doing, we just need to have a bigger pulpit where our voices can reach Kashmir, and we can do that through the Brooklyn Borough President's office. We can do that through our connections. Once we become Brooklyn Borough President, now the doors are open for us to communicate with the mayor, communicate with the governor, make calls, pick it up, like this. We can send letters, and we can ask for them to have hearings at the United Nations, right? So much we can do as long as we got the office and the pulpit, right? It's like a bully. It's like a bully. We can become a bully in that area if you choose to be that. But we just have to do it step by step. And I know that people are hurting. I know your families are hurting. I know friends are hurting. But this thing, I want you to understand, for those of you who are very political in your own right, just like I know, that oftentimes these things are bigger than us. But if we work together, and we can do much damage to that Goliath. We can pick up that stone, and instead of just throwing it at them, we can have a little fun first. And I can swing it to you, and then you can swing it, and then I'll swing it to you, and you swing it, and then we all put our hands up together, and then we can accomplish a lot more than we can individually. We can accomplish a great deal as a group. And I think that's where we have really weakened ourselves in this particular city, because a long time ago, the believers, had they worked together as a group instead of being separated by ethnicity. And once upon a time, we were all united under one kalima, right? Remember that?
Yeah.
Those times back in the day where everybody was praying together, and everybody was the Eads, and everybody was, and then for some reason or other, some new vibe snuck into the ranks. And before you know it, we all start working separately. And that's where we got weak. And people sent in all kind of people to destroy and to divide and to remind us that we were different. And once they got that we were different, they profited off our separation. But again, I'm not here about religion tonight. Because as the brother said, we don't care if we get justice through a Democrat, a Republican, an independent, the Green Party, the Blue Party, the Yellow Party, we don't care. We just want justice, right? We want power, we want justice, we want influence, and we can have all of that if we make a conscious decision that we're going to go after a seat. And we're going to get that seat by any means necessary. We're going to get it because we're going to work hard. We're going to tell everybody in Brooklyn. We're going to call our family members. We're going to call our friends. We're going to call the massages. We're going to call any place that we need to call where there's people that can vote or that people can help raise money. Just give me a chance. And you know what? No matter what is the outcome, no matter what the outcome is, brother. Brother Khan is my friend. The outcome is to win.
It's a win.
But the outcome is going to be a win-win for the group. Because right now, I have some new friends that I intend to hold on to. And like I said, Khan has been my friend for 7 years that I've known him. And he's introduced me again. He brought me here for a reason and a purpose. And I heard him loud and clear in the store. We are in pain. We need a strong voice that's going to help us with our cause. And I don't have no problem with that because you know what? You're Brooklynites. So I represent you. So your hurt and your pain, it should be my hurt and my pain, no matter what. And if it's your family in Kashmir, it's my family in Kashmir. Right? So let's make it happen. Okay? Mother King wants to say one more thing. Yusuf, I gotta let him say something because otherwise he's gonna feel left out.
You're gonna be amazed. So I ran for office to stop that. Now in Brooklyn, I ran for office too. I ran for office, city council in the 45th district, and I was endorsed by the New York Times. But I didn't win because I wasn't going to be allowed to win because I couldn't vote. And I told the Jewish guy when he came and brought a proposal, I said, listen, I eat small portions, I'm good. Because he said, we have to talk. I said, keep your hands in it. But I'm not going to be paid to become a council person. And I tell him, you can go. But I ran the district for a council member, Lloyd Henry. And I can say, I put Target at the junction, and I put a high school next to parking lot. Those are two projects that I did while I was managing the district for Council Member Lloyd Henry, who was a minister, and he was not into politics. So I have been working in this community, in the 44th district. As I've been a community leader forever. I put the temporary pool at Kings County Hospital Nursing Home. I put the daycare at the YMCA on the junction. I was one who sat with Jenkins to have the schools open late until 8:30 at night, so our young boys will not be shot in the streets anymore. They can go straight to the school and stay there safely. So I've been involved with the community for many years. I've been delivering for many years. And this fellow here, he's going to deliver because I'm going to put my foot in his behind. I promise you that. I will teach him. Because what happened? The thing that I was thinking about, when you have an organization and you have a politician, someone who's working, when they're in office, what happened with the Jews? They come with this budget. This is what we want. You have to produce what you want. Because when you're working, you don't really know. You have a budget director and it's done over there. So you have to pass this over there, get this in the budget too. But you have to do some work. So I'm going to teach him how this thing is done, make his demand. Just like my Jewish brothers. They walk in, oh, a law was passed in Washington and they're going to be given so much for this project. We would like so much of it. And that is what we have to learn. How they get what they get.
Exactly.
So I'm going to teach you how to do this thing to get what you want. So that's my job. I'm going to be a teacher. I've been in politics since I was 1967.
You look young.
Because I'm rotten and I stand up for what I want. And I fight. I'm a fighter. I'm just tiny. But people know who I am. You can Google my name. I'm a troublemaker. I'm proud of it. 14 years making trouble in Brooklyn. I'm proud of it. And I intend to make some trouble for 8 more years with this to make him the best our president ever.
That's good, Robert. Thank you.
She was very humble. She didn't tell you that she ran for president of Guyana.
It wasn't president. It was, what it is, Eustace?
Prime Minister?
No.
It is
I ran
president.
against the
President.
president. I don't know what I ran
See?
against. I tormented everybody.
But the guy who was in Guyana who was president, she was a young woman, much younger then, and she didn't like the way he was doing business, and everybody was afraid to challenge him because he was kind of a vicious guy over in Guyana. But she decided that she was going to take a chance. She comes from a very big family of doctors, and she's a native of Guyana, both Indian and
Yes, Amerindian.
Amerindian. So she took a chance on fighting because she said there was injustice in Guyana, and she stood up, and she survived. And we got blessed with her over here in America, and she's still fighting. But one of the things that she said, my brothers, that's very important, is true. When you go into something, whatever it is that you desire, you discuss it, and you say, this is what we need, and this is our budget, and this is what we want to make happen once you're in office. And when people shake your hand on it, that means that they're committed to it. And there is no turning back when you make a commitment. Because one thing, like she said about the other folks that she mentioned, they will punish you in your next election. They will not support you. They will support your opposition. And to ensure that you don't get elected. And if you do win by a small margin, you know why you didn't win by a large margin. And then what they do normally is they go back and they repair those relationships. Because they don't want to win by a small margin, they want to win by a large margin. But if we organize throughout this campaign, we can make a big difference if we get that chunk of votes, that block. And then we call up other people around the borough that we know to get on board. This is a race that we can win. All the people that are running in that race, trust me, brothers and sisters. I've been in the room with them like I've been in the room with you right now. None of them are giants. I can compete with them on any platform. The difference between them and me is that they've been supported over the years and got into those seats because of their family members were in politics. So the doors were more open to them than me. Becoming a district leader, I had to fight the Democratic Party just to get that seat. And every 2 years, even though they may run someone against me, and I still win. And I win by 90%, 95% of the vote. Because the people believe in Anthony T. Jones because of my presentation. And because if I say it, I mean it, and I do it, and I don't say it because it sounds good. I say it because I'm passionate about what I want to do. And all I need is an opportunity to do greater things but I don't want to walk alone. I don't want to do it alone. I need someone besides these two people. I need other folks to believe that we can make a difference and that we can do it together. Borough Halls is ours for the taking. If we don't take advantage of this now, trust me, we lost a great opportunity. Because like I said, the ones that have already council members and assembly persons, they are partially responsible for the condition that we are in right now in New York City. Why? Because they were at the table with the funding, making the deals with the mayor and the governor. So all the stuff that we were not prepared for, they are responsible. So why not give someone who's new and passionate and energetic, that hasn't been bought out by people, that's independent, that can make a difference? So I'm just asking for your help tonight. And I know I said it quite a few times, but I needed to set in that I want your help. I want your help, Brother Fine. And how can you help me? At the end of the day, right now, we are at 23,000 and change with 228 donors. We made the beginning threshold of getting 100 people that believe in me. So we got 228 people who believed in me to get me to the first stage. And the second stage is that, which on the first round we didn't make, because if we had gotten the 50,000 right from the start, campaign finance would have given us $250,000. That's a lot of money, and the money has to be spent during the campaign. And we can't keep a dime of it. And I can't get a dime of it. And I didn't ask for a dime of it because guess what? I'm not a politician that's about to embarrass my community and end up in handcuffs. So it's not my money. The treasurer is responsible to make sure that every single dollar is accounted for and every single dollar is spent on the campaign. That includes people that work for the campaign, that includes buying posters and material and doing petitions. All of that stuff is involved in the campaign. So, I need your help. I won't let you down. I have a future in politics. I am part of the Democratic Party. I am part of the executive committee of the Democratic Party. So I don't have to worry about them really challenging me. I don't know whether or not I'll be their candidate. They haven't made any endorsements because there's so many of people who are part of the Democratic Party running for the seat. So they haven't made any endorsements. So what they do normally at the end is they wait to see who's going to get on the ballot, how much money people raise, and then it depends on people who are at the top, who they personally like. But like I said, because of the new process of ranked choice voting, that kind of threw a monkey wrench in that whole process, because if you don't get 50%, then it's a runoff between the two people. And I want to be right there. I want to be in it, and I want to take you with me. And I believe that if you...
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
And well, you can see that I am the campaign manager, but the candidate is very well placed. He knows what so my job is very easy. Just let him do his part. But my part is to connect with you. That is my part. My part is to connect with you and then to bring what you need and what you are looking for to the forefront. Because when a politician or a candidate becomes the borough president, he is overwhelmed with a lot of issues coming to him. Everybody, like yourself, will be bringing in their issues to him. And he has to now decide on what he's doing, what he's not doing. But when I am involved, I will be the one that is there and saying to him, look, don't forget these guys. I know he is passionate about you guys, you know, because not only of his friendship with Khan, but you can see that in some way he has an affinity or a closeness with Muslim people. Okay? If you listen to him, you will hear the Muslim coming out of him without him trying to put it out. Okay? So that we know. But what is more important, and I listen to my brother here about the things that he cares about. You care about what is happening back home. Thank God you found your way to this country where we say we are free. And you're worried about your families back home. And therefore, your slogan is, we want freedom for Kashmir. Now, how are we going to get that freedom? We're not sure. I don't think, you know, with all the nuances of the politics back home, that we know what we want. Because sometimes you will be backing one set of guys, and then some people from Europe or another country will be having influence on them, and America will be saying no, this, that. So all this big politics thing is something which we will fight another day. We'll leave another day for that. What we need now is, what can we do that will help us here in this country to get better services, but at the same time will keep us healthy, that we can put a dollar on another dollar on another dollar that will help our people back home. And then we are happy when we know back home our people are free. We are happy when we know that our people back home are not being killed by the hundreds of thousands. We are happy when we know that our brothers, wives, and our...
Thank you very much.
Good.